Having a great coach can be the difference between high level and mediocre performance. And that is why you find in sports teams, they tend to replace the head coach first before the individual players when the team is not performing well. That shows how crucial the coaching role really is. And some of the coaches that come to mind for me that have done great jobs in the past are people like Alex Ferguson, Phil Jackson, Jurgen Klopp, John Wooden, so many more. And these people are so good at what they do, and that's why they get paid top dollar for their services. Hi everyone, my name is Jamafu, your host, and welcome to Motivated to Inspire. And so in this episode, I just want to share with you a couple of things that I've noticed myself about great coaches. So whether you want to be a coach or you're looking for to be coached by someone, I think there are certain attributes that I just want to share that you can look out for. This is not an exhaustive list by any means, but just what I've seen as one of some of the greatest attributes that a coach can have. So, firstly, a coach is someone who's interested in you not just as a player or teammate or whatever, but they're interested in you as a person. So, if you're a football player, for example, they're not just concerned how well you're shooting the ball or how well you're defending the opposition, but they're interested in you, what your life is really all about, your family, your interests, your just everything about your life, and and that way when they get to understand you, they know how as well to make those motivations that you have blend into whatever it is that they're trying to coach you in as well. So I think that's something that's really crucial. They make you feel important, um, as the main thing. So that's one thing to look out for. So if you are going to be a coach, make sure that you're interested in the people, beyond what they can do for you as the coach. And then coaches as well, they pay great attention to detail. And I think that's the key difference between the ones that win and the ones that lose. It's really ever about the difference, a difference in talent or ability or anything like that. It's really a difference in leadership. Great leaders, they pay attention to the very last detail. So in a sporting sense, for example, I think coaches, some of those great coaches, they emphasize to their players getting enough sleep, eating the right diet, having the right diet, and the number of shots that a player should make during practice. All those simple things that can be easily taken for granted, but those great coaches go the extra mile to make sure that they execute on those little things that seem trivial, but they make all the difference at the end of the day. So if you're an average coach, you'll just do the basics that everyone else does, but you then miss out on achieving that extra edge over your competition. So that's something that's really important. And then they also know their trade. They know what they're talking about. So it's because it would be ridiculous to try and teach something that you really don't know or to learn from someone who doesn't know what they're talking about as well. I don't think that would inspire any kind of confidence in in a player. So in saying they know what they're talking about, I think one thing I should point out though, not all coaches were great players, I might add, in their chosen fields, but they have that ability to transfer that knowledge of their trade, of their profession to other players. Like a coach for like Alex Ferguson, for example, he was never a great player in his day. Yes, he used to play the sport. He wasn't um, he wasn't like one of those big names that we know today, but his coaching abilities as well, and his ability to motivate players and get them to work together is what made him a great coach. And so the basic thing is you need to understand the basics of your profession and be able to impart that knowledge to the people that are on your team, right? And then yeah, I think for me one of the biggest ones, being able to exhibit passion, because passion for me is contagious. It makes you want to, it makes you go beyond like what you think you're capable of doing. I think the best example for me is Jurgen Klopp. I'm not a Liverpool supporter by any means, but I admire the way he motivates his players. Like when he's running up and down the touch line, they celebrating the goals, celebrating with his players, engaging with the fans, and that kind of stuff. someone who's like that, they want to make you play for them, because there's a reason why they're doing what they're doing. It just infuses a level of excitement and passion. And even those players who are usually giving excuses, they want to get into the action as well, and be a part of the whole thing. So as a coach, you need to exhibit that passion, and find someone who exhibits passion as well, because passion, it's, I don't know, it's just got this contagious effect that makes things that seem impossible actually become possible. So yeah, that's a big one for me. And then a coach should also be able to know how to communicate. So communication, it's not just about talking, right? Communication is both talking and listening. It's a two-way conversation. You need to understand your player, and you also need to um, help them understand the message that you're trying to drive towards them. And understanding both worlds, understanding both sides of the relationship, it helps you in your coaching ability as well, to be able to move the team from one place to the next place. So if you are not able to communicate, it really creates problems. You might be wanting the same thing as player and coach, but because there's a barrier in communication, it makes things very difficult to execute. So learn how to communicate. And then a coach as well will push you to do your best. These are like the drill sergeants. People won't buy your excuses. They know that they see that you can perform better than you're actually doing yourself. And they help you to see, in some cases, some players, they don't see the potential that they have. So a coach will go that extra mile to push them, to help them perform at a level that they didn't think they could perform at. So I think that's something that's really, really crucial, because if as a coach you're going to buy people's excuses all the time, this is not to say you don't empathize with them or understand where they're coming from, but you help them get beyond that area that they're struggling with, so that they raise their game and get to a higher level of performance, right? And then I think lastly, a great coach can inspire confidence in you, meaning that in all the instruction that they're giving you, all the supports and everything they give you, they help you to become more confident, to say, what, I can actually do this, which I thought before I could never do myself. And it comes down really to them being a selfless person, because someone who's out for their own interests, they really demotivate the people that they are supposed to be serving. But if they're really interested in you as a person, and they've consistently shown that they have your best interest in heart, it inspires confidence in you as a player as well. So yeah, those, I think, basically 7 of the attributes that I thought I should share. Like I said, this is not an exhaustive list, so I'd really love to hear from you as well. If there's any other attributes of coaching that you think are important to know as a coach, or to be able to look out for when you're seeking out a coach, please share in the comments below, and share this around if it has really helped you. And until next time, take care and God bless.